Welcome to the 2025 MAC Volleyball Season Preview and Content Days. I'm Emily Eman, so excited to be joined by a few members of the Toledo volleyball team, head coach Brian Wright and senior libero Macy Metters. Coach, I want to start with you. You were named head coach in December after being just a few hours south as an assistant at Ohio State. When you were going through the interview process, what excited you most about coaching at Toledo?
Oh man, it's the city is amazing. The athletic director was absolutely trying to make sure that volleyball was a premier sport. I could feel his passion. I could feel everything he was doing. As I started doing some research, I found out, the women's basketball attendance here has been one of the top 30 in the country for like 30 years. And so I saw a city that is a women's sports city and an opportunity to take something and really kind of grow the whole city into making sure that Toledo is a volleyball school and a volleyball city.
So great to be aligned on both of those things. And obviously, you've been at a lot of places that you've seen that happen. Macy, I'm wondering for your perspective, what was your first impression of Coach Wright?
All good things, like seriously, all good things. I think he came in from the jump and trusted what we have built and said he wasn't changing anything. It was building on and adding on. So I think he brought a different perspective to the fact that this program is in a solid spot when he came in, and he wasn't trying to come in and change anything, but get us to that next level that we've been looking forward to for the past couple of years.
Coach, you've been all over at Ohio State, TCU. You helped bring the University of Texas a national championship. How would you describe what we maybe can expect from a Brian Wright coach team?
Yeah. One of the things we talk about all the time is just can we be consistently great every day? And if I take kind of my time in all of those places, but especially the last 5 years in the Big Ten, of just having a schedule that doesn't have buys and then walking into the MAC and we've got a schedule without buys. And when you ask people, everybody says, anybody can win on any given night, which just reminds me of exactly what I've been doing for the last 5 years. And so I see it as a league that rewards consistency. And so it takes a lot to be consistently great every day, but those are the things that we talk about and we work on and have been since the jump in the spring and have been continuing through preseason so far.
Finding that consistency can obviously be hard year to year. You have new players coming in, players leaving. Macy, from the end of last season until now, where have you seen this team improve the most?
Honestly, consistency. I think that's one thing in the past that we've really tried to find and incorporate into like our culture as well. So I think just from having seven returners and seven incoming people, it's hard to like get everyone on that same page, but I think he's done a great job over the course of the past 9 months in getting us to that consistent level. So I would say the most improved from end of last season is our consistency.
With having so many new faces in the gym, Macy, and after having just a few practices under your belt, how would you describe this group?
I mean, it's a competitive group, that's for sure. We do little mini games that have nothing to do with volleyball at the beginning of every practice. And I mean, that just shows how competitive we are because it's literally a screaming match every time. But I would say, yeah, our like the competitive atmosphere of this group is just to a top tier.
Any funny stories from some of those games that you play before practice?
I mean, would you like me to tell them about
Don't do the
tic tac toe? No, no,
Tell us, tell us.
yeah. So there's a controversy, but I'd love to hear from everybody on this one because if you were playing tic tac toe and you wrote in your X or your O somewhere outside of the board, it wouldn't count, right? Like that's just like
Got put down first though, so what do you want?
yeah. So
I get that.
yeah.
I would say it probably doesn't count, but hey, your girls are trying to win.
That's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
this was 6 months ago, and this is why we're still talking about it. So yes.
Definitely have a competitive group. Coach, headed into year one with this team, what are your expectations or maybe goals that you have?
Yeah, I mean, look, like she said, I mean, the program's been in the tournament for the last, 4 years and has been the top tier and doing great job. And so to add on to get to the next level, we're trying to make sure we're playing our absolute best in November and making sure that we're in a spot to be somebody that hopefully people don't want to see on the other side of the bracket come that time. So, yeah, I think if you're not sitting here saying we want to win the MAC at this point in time, like then you don't then maybe your goals aren't lofty enough. And so that's what we're shooting for. And I think we've already done a really good job of engaging with the city, and I'm excited to watch our attendance grow. I'm excited to continue to build the support from the city while we play really good volleyball on the court as well.
Macy is now a senior and anchor to the team's defense. How have you worked to be a really good leader for that group?
Yeah, I think my first couple years here, we had big leaders on our team, Taylor, all Ryan Jakeway, those types of leaders. So I think just in this past semester, spring semester is when I really started to take on that role of more of being that vocal because I'm so used to being kind of the lead by example. So I think just finding that voice and Brian trusting me to have that voice and trusting that my teammates around me are gonna have trust in me if I'm the one leading like that.
Lastly, I want to ask you both, what do you want people to know about this team? Macy, I'll start with you.
Gosh, so much. I think the competitive atmosphere of like our gym is at an all-time high. This team does not like to lose. So like he said, I want people to know to like be afraid of us come November when they see us on that side of the bracket. Because every single night we're gonna put up a fight.
I think for me, it's the volleyball. The volleyball is going to speak for itself as well, and we're working really hard on that. And just really proud of the time this team puts into engaging in the city. Like I'm going to come back to that because if we're trying to build something that's not just special this year, but that's special and sustainable and growing over time, and Macy's going to be a big part of that and a big part of watching. Like when she comes back in 5 years. I want to make sure that we've done something that makes her continue to be really proud of this program, and she's a big part of doing that right now. But I think the other piece is a third of our team is planning on going into the medical field. We've got future engineers, we've got future teachers. Like this is a place where people have really big dreams on the court, but also have really big dreams in the classroom. And it's just special to be around people that are trying to be their absolute best in everything they do all day long.
Yeah, nothing better than being surrounded by people who think and want to achieve very high level things. So I'm so excited to watch your team this season. You get to stay at home the first weekend of play for the Rocket Invitational. You'll see Albany St. Francis and Robert Morris. I'm so excited to watch this group and continue to grow to that point that you want to be at in November. So, Coach Wright, Macy, thank you both so much for joining me. This is great.
Yeah. Thanks for having us, Emily.